who's going to bed. It is the evening time. It is, I don't know, almost 11 o'clock my time. So, what to talk about? What to talk about? What to talk about? I'll find something to talk about. I have to open the chat so I can see who's in here. Okay. Texas mayor apologized for visiting a nail salon during a stay-home order. Okay. U.S. to provide $12 million to Greenland and open consult in its capital. Appeals court upholds teacher firing over the Holocaust denial. 11/11 conspiracy lessons. That would be interesting to talk about, huh? Let's look into that. Should not be the only teacher fired. I can't pronounce that name anyway. Okay, I'll just share the link. I'm trying to find stuff that I can talk about that's interesting to you guys, appealing. Let's see. Texas mayor, go get his nails done. Oh my goodness. Oh, geez. I don't know what to talk about, guys. Give me something. Anything in the news? Anything exciting? Huh. This might be interesting. Get this. 1993 clip, or CNN clip, of Biden accusers mother calling Larry King vanishes from Google Play catalog. This clip is an important piece of information in Red's allegation that Biden sexually assaulted her in the same year, as it supports her claim that she told her mother about the incident. In the clip, Brady's mother appears to be discussing an incident involving her senator and her daughter, without naming either. The clip can be found on Twitter. Let me see if I can figure out how to share this. This is interesting. Buffalo Bills, good to see you. Let me put the link in the chat room. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to share this now. Oh, where's Wizard when you need him? Wizard, Wizard, where are you, Wizard? Wizard. Wizard. Huh. It's not showing it. Why does it do that? All right, let me share this link. Maybe because it's preventing me doing it. Okay, let me try again. It's like I wish I could show exactly to Wizard what happens every time I do this. It's so funny. Okay. I'm going to be able to do this. Hey, Miriam, good to see you. Cross my fingers, cross my fingers. I can do this. I can do this. I got it. I have no idea what happened. Sorry about that. As soon as I went to hit to share it, it wouldn't let me share. I'm not kidding you. That's when it wouldn't let me do it. So let me see if this works. Okay. Wait a minute. I forgot. I gotta change the video settings. Darn it. Hold on. Okay. Okay, you should be able to see this video.
We're back. A couple more phone calls on this very important topic. Our guests are former United States Senator Howard Baker, Richard Allen, former National Security Advisor, and Lois Romano of the Washington Post. San Luis Obispo, California. Hello.
Yes, hello. I'm wondering what a staffer would do besides go to the press in Washington. My daughter has just left there after working for a prominent senator and could not get through with her problems at all. And the only thing she could have done was go to the press, and she chose not to do it out of respect for him.
Well, she had a story to tell, but out of respect for the person she worked for, she didn't tell it.
That's true.
Yeah, but these are the people who do come to the Lois Romanos, right? The staff worker who says, I want to let you know about what's going on. Let's say the guy down the hall.
And a lot of these people have a sense of obligation. They feel that this public official should be accountable if it's something
wrong. The whistleblowers to the press.
Exactly.
What? Did we just hear that? Yeah, right here is the news. Let me see if I can get rid of this stupid ad. Look at that. The reporter goes, this is BS. CNN didn't remove anything. We do not have a distro deal for LIK with Google Play. Listings all sites are not sourced through CNN. Click any episode, it will say not available to watch. True for Fox News programs too. I'll wait for you to correct an apology of screenshots. Yeah, right. Notice how some of these videos are just reappearing? Hey, Huckleberry. Well, you heard it for yourself. It's right there. Unbelievable. Let's go back to Brett Bart again. Oh, wow. Wow. Como's New York inmate arrested for rape days after release from jail. This is a I told you so moment. I told you this was going to happen. I told you. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it. Not all inmates, I'm saying, but I just knew it.
Well, look at California's. They released 6,000, 12 murders, 80-odd rapes, hundreds of beatings.
That's crazy.
A lot of them were awaiting trial, and that 2 murders are witnesses so far.
That's nuts.
Okay, so this is what they opened everything up for. That's fine. Now going back to what they were saying that Google list doesn't have that, and the Google guy came back and he says it's posted by Wikipedia. Well, if that's the case and that's a true answer, and that he's liable for copyright infringement because they're hosting copyrighted material on their servers and playing it out without copyright holders' permission. Wikipedia does not have the copyright for the CNN stuff. Okay, that's a throw off. He's trying to give as honest an answer he can without telling a lie, but he's doing a sidestep to the information that goes along with every video, and that is provided by Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
The actual videos and the copyrights and all that sort of thing, CNN owns the copyrights for, but Google has editing thing, as with all of Google hosting.
Right.
They did what they think, so they took it out to cover up for Joe's rape.
That's just crazy, Jack. I cannot believe Biden is the one going against Trump. I'm shocked.
Well, they need look. Nobody's going to vote for Hillary, are they? Nobody's going to vote for the evil team that they actually want.
People are saying she's going to come out. I don't know. Is that true?
Well, if you get Camilla and that other idiot, they'll step down for Hillary, won't they?
Oh yeah.
So they bring in Hillary as VP, and she goes off, and whatever the robot they fucking bring out, and that is Hillary today.
She would kill Biden. Biden would be dead if Hillary was VP.
Well, if that was the plan, take on Camilla, get Joe. If Joe wasn't around too long, and that Hillary would fucking knock him off.
Yeah.
How many other people has she fucking knocked off, and that, and everybody's looked the other way? She still got a shitload of dirty stuff inside the FBI, Secret Service, DOJ, state. They're all full of corrupt things, and that you've only just started to hit the tip of the iceberg on that one. So there's plenty in there that'll obfuscate and all that sort of thing, and let her be president. And nobody looking at the thing, Joe gets hit by an anti-tank guided missile, and that, and everybody fucking just acts like it was an accident. Sorry, well, no inquiry. Either that, or they use it to fucking start a war, because that's one thing that she wants.
Right.
Assassinate the American president. And that fucking Camilla steps up fucking like this. I'm not up to the job for a war. What you need is experience. Ex-sec state. And that bang, she steps down. Hillary's in the front seat.
Right.
And got her long fucking wanted war.
I never realized how many politicians like war. They enjoy it. It's insane.
Big money in it. Lots
Yeah.
of vote. Stability in politics during war. People don't like change during war.
Right.
Right. So there's people guaranteed all over the country fighting. Plus, they can play favours for military contracts and all the rest of the stuff, military bases, fundings, and all that sort of thing. A lot of that state and all that sort of thing, they can line their own pockets left, right, and centre. Look what happened with Vietnam.
Right.
ICI chemicals and that was running around and that ordering people to buy back World War II bombs that farmers had actually bought for their nitrate compounds in there. They were grinding them up and that and using them for fertiliser. It was cheap. And throw the fucking metal casings. And that was stockpiled. And they forced the state, didn't force them, they bribed the state governors and that to buy them back because they were running short of bombs. And they couldn't keep up with production in the early stages.
Right.
Yeah, there was a valid need for them and all that sort of thing, but they could have negotiated a fair price and not buy them back at force, and that from people and they would pay good money for them. And a lot of them didn't even get what they paid for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of the folks did. Some of the states stood up and said, this guy paid out, like $9,000 for all of these things, and that he needs a check back for $9,000 at least. And but a lot of them, they just whatever. Take the offer.
Right.
You got to do it. You got to sell it. It's national emergency. All that sort of shit. It wasn't national emergency, and it was never a declared war. It was a police action. So none of those rules applied. See the lies and all that sort of thing. Money, power, influence, luxury. Someone totaled up on that Pelosi's freezer, just the freezer. There was no real consumable meats, and that $390.
Holy cow!
$400 worth of fucking ice creams and sweeties.
Crazy, right?
Hey, it's all good for the folks down the road. They make the stuff. That's stuff's made here in Australia.
Yeah, you were saying that one ice cream was made
organic everything. You know what I mean? And that's why you're paying for it. But it's $9 a pint here. One little pint thing here. Okay, Zoom, how you doing?
Hey, Zoom. Hey, Miriam. Got Huckleberry in the room tonight.
Yeah, Huck's back.
Anything in the news lately? I haven't really been paying attention the last.
I've been following up some stuff here. I don't know if you're interested into it. Poor old Jeff Goldblum fucked up the other night. He tried to get woke by going on to that RuPaul, that faggot, who does trying to convert everybody into drag queens.
Right.
And so he asked a question because someone went up there in a hijab and all that sort of stuff, and he says, "Now, does that mean you're allowed to do this and all that sort of thing? And that Islam is nobody going to take offence with this, and that your life's not going to be in danger and all that sort of stuff? And how dare you and all that sort of thing?" Well, he just raised simple points, and that anytime you ever insult Islam, your life's in danger. And look at him, just from the lefties and all that sort of thing. 170 something death threats over Twitter, and that people ain't taking them down, and that's okay because they're sticking up for transgenders and gays and Muslims.
Of course.
So they're sticking up for evil. Let it stand. And Jeff Goldblum's. It's a simple point. He's right. Under Islam, all women are property.
Mm-hmm.
2, a woman's less than a man in every status, and that she inherits less, and that her word is worth less in a court. And if she's screaming rape, she better have 4 male witnesses on her side. Otherwise, she's going to be done for $1 and stoned to death. And that's the punishment. I know you don't do that because you don't do it, and you've got no Sharia law over there, unless you're talking Islamberg and that. And all those women that disappeared there, and a couple of bodies turned up, and all that sort of stuff. Well, let's not go on about that. Let's also not go on about Islam bands currently today holding between 100 and 120 million slaves around the world.
Wow.
A lot of them are sexual slaves. And look how Islam treats foreign workers.
So when we talk about slavery, they say it exists.
Yeah. Well, it does. Even in the US, you had 15 convictions for slavery in the US last year. What was the common denominator between all of those cases?
Democrat voters?
No, they're all Muslims.
All Muslim?
Yeah, all Muslims. And they had other foreign workers working for them, a little Filipino girl, little Thai girl, little and other little Muslim girls or whatever, or Banglas, which are non-Muslim Bangladeshis, and all that sort of thing. So, and everybody's screaming about the poor old Rohingyas and all that sort of thing, but nobody mentions the 8,000 Buddhists and that they wiped out up there in Myanmar first. I still call it Burma, but people don't know what I'm talking about. So it's Myanmar.
I liked it when all those signs when President Trump ran for president and all those gay and transgenders were saying how much they love Islam and all that. I'm like, you got no clue. You got no.
Yeah. And this is the problem. You got the unwashed, not educated. Yeah.
That's certainly not allowed in their book.
Hey, now Zoom. Are you getting more skin grafts now? Is that what you're saying?
What happened? He hurt his leg?
A long time ago, but his motorcycle fell on him. Burned his leg because he couldn't get it off.
Oh, wow.
So you getting more grafts done, or are they just repairing the old ones? Nice. If I can get some lady. That's what I should have done before I come on. I've been running around backwards and forwards and that doing stuff.
Right.
Don T. Rumps, if you're in there, Don. Yeah.
Huh. I gotta share that Como one in Social Wars. Well, unfriggin' believable.
Yeah. This is what I've been working on here. Handle
I
pieces.
knew there was going to be consequences for them releasing certain inmates. I knew some, you know, I'm not saying all of them, but, you know, this could have been prevented. Cool, I like that handle.
Yep. Oh, the pair of them are there. Give me for a second. Hello?
I'll mute his mic, I guess, because he's on the phone. We don't want to invade his privacy. So I'm going to make a pita sandwich tonight. So we need some people to join the chat room. Please click on that link. Even if it's just for a couple minutes, click on that link. Pop in. Let me see your beautiful face and say how you're doing. Talk to Jack. Talk to me. Like I said, I'm going to be going in the kitchen in a couple minutes here. I'm going to make a pita sandwich. So make sure we get somebody in the chat. Oh, Andrew Cuomo. Let's see a little bit of this article. An accused rapist released from Rikers Island in New York due to the Chinese coronavirus pandemic was arrested for allegedly raping a woman in Brooklyn days later. Robert Dexter, 57 years old, has been detained in jail on rape charges when he was released due to the coronavirus pandemic. Governor Andrew Cuomo, Democrat, has ordered the state's prisons to release thousands of inmates to comply with the social distance guidelines. According to the New York Post, and guess what? Just think of why these inmates are being released. Because the Democrats are going to use their votes. They're going to use these inmates to vote illegally. Trust me, illegal votes have been happening around this country left and right. What do you guys think of that? Can you believe that? Oh.
Can I believe what?
Let me see if I have it on mute. I do have it on mute. Do you have it open? Your YouTube?
Something wrong?
Yeah, I can hear myself. Do you have YouTube open?
I don't believe I do. I'll get out and come back in.
Okay, let me see if this will work. Sometimes when you share stuff, it happens. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Send it over to Jack. Okay. Well, he can retry coming. I think maybe he had the YouTube open. Let's try that again. There you are. I changed
Any
it
better?
I changed it to microphone too. So
Better though?
yeah, Andrew Cuomo, man. This scumbag ended up raping somebody.
Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo released the inmates, thousands of them in New York, you know that, because of this coronavirus. And one of them ended up over the weekend raping somebody. And we know why these inmates were really released. Because they're going to use them for votes.
Yes, we do.
He's going to use them for votes. Felons have been voting for a long time and getting away with it.
Well, technically, aren't they supposed to lose their voting rights if they're a convicted felon?
I think their votes are automatically taken away. I know they are in New York. You can't vote if you are. But they do, and they don't care.
Oh. So that's where the shenanigans are.
Oh, yeah. You know, I hate to say this, but it's going to come close, this election. And what if we're wrong and Trump does lose? We're all screwed because we know Biden's not going to make it past a year.
I just know that I've heard prophecies that he is going to not lose, that he's going to be reelected,
Well,
and I'm
that's
going to
true
go
too.
with I'm going to go with what I believe that God says, and I think that Trump is going to get reelected if people get out there in numbers, get out there and vote, and
People actually give us
don't
stuff
vote
and
by
get up their
don't
ass.
vote by what?
Yeah.
Everybody pick up a neighbor and take them to vote.
Yep.
Carpool it, man. I hear so many people in my town, I'm not voting. I don't care. But yet you bitch and you complain about your government.
Exactly. And see, the thing of it is, if you don't vote Trump, look at the alternative.
Yeah,
Just look at the alternatives.
it's going to be his
I mean, that's
VP.
all.
That's what they need to think of.
I mean, imagine Joe Biden's hand on the button of a freaking nuclear thing.
Oh,
I
good
mean, he
lord.
could launch a nuclear attack,
Like, like you
and
get
think that
like
it was
North
Russia.
Korea, he'll nuke North Dakota.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
The presidents get that special key, right? In that box. What do you call that box?
The
The
football.
the football? Yeah. Has it ever been used? Do
yes,
we know of?
No. It got first stage alert done that during the Cuban crisis, as far as it goes. But they do that on regular test things when the president first gets into office, and instruct him and all that sort of thing. It's never gone beyond first
it's called
stage.
DEFCON.
Yep.
It's the DEFCON system.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
Well, the football's outside the
Yeah.
DEFCON, but related to the DEFCON system. DEFCON, and that's
Yeah.
for overall military overall. The presidential can have DEFCON and that minimal level DEFCON, and that can still launch.
And who carries the football?
There's always a military person with him, and that
Yep.
I think they take turns on it. But the folks who guard the actual nukes, they're all Marines. Only Marines can guard nukes.
Gotcha.
So even on Air Force bases, you got Marines.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't trust him as President Biden. No way.
What dementia guard?
That's who the Marines are. Also the ones that guard all the embassies
It's not
around the
just his
world.
dementia, it's his whole being, his whole as a person. Like, people are saying he really did assault women, and we've seen him do weird stuff on camera. I'm sorry. Especially when he said he got out of the swimming pool and something about his hair on his legs. Remember that?
Yeah. Well,
Like, what did he just say? I couldn't believe he said that.
All right. Hey, seeing you here there, Don. I got I got these out the tank a little while ago. It's going to have a crystallized growth come over the top of it because of the nature of the material, but that gets sanded back and all that sort of thing.
I love that.
So that's your one side. This is the other one.
That's nice, Jack.
So the curve on this one is more for that one because with your fingers, that part there of your finger will bulge.
Right.
So they're not actually even. If you notice this side here, which is your right hand side, is actually got a bigger curve on it to fit your hand. So and that should fit. I moved the thumb up and reground the blade for your thumb for the measurements there.
I love that. Very talented.
Oh, I just got to make them fit people's hands. That's what it's all about.
Awesome.
It's like you can buy off the rack, or he's getting tailor made as opposed to off the rack. Put it that way.
Cool.
So we just do it that way. Another 4 or 5 days, and that work on the handles, the coatings, and all that sort of stuff. First one is Minwax. It's a timber hardening product, and that you put it in a jar, vacuum. I've just got a little sealed jar, plastic hose, and a brake pump. Suck all the air out of it. The Minwax gets in there. You put it out in the sun for a couple of days. It dries. It goes rock hard. Then over the top of that, you put your Siren acrylate, which is the basis of super glue. and that gives it a very top, and then you put your gloss dance floor cover over, which is also a mid-length color.
That's awesome.
Yep. Good stuff. It's always the same quality. Like some stuff and that you get real good batches and they get real bad batches. You can actually get better stuff. The Crowd and Fortune from England is probably the best stuff of the lot, but it's too iffy. Like if you get old stock, that stuff's it's rotten, and you can never, you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
You've been out in Australia, you could get old stock, but with the Minwax stuff and that, it's always the same. It hasn't changed in 30 years.
Very talented. I love it.
Well, that's cool. Tailor-made golf club. Now,
I haven't seen. Did Donald Trump do any interviews lately?
Well, that's what you do between 9 and 11 in the morning there, Don, and that. Then you go to a big long lunch and that, and then you enjoy the, well, yeah. No, go down to Pattaya. Pattaya's more fun. Bangkok's there. Pattaya's more fun. If you're going to Pattaya and that, just go out a little bit. Like the new territories out there and that Solan great bar life out there, all brand new. Shitloads of great little bars out there. Food vendors, that was one of the big things out there. Chiang Mai's, Chiang Mai's sort of dying, and that you got a lot of expats living over there and all that sort of thing, and that, and Chiang Mai's getting expensive and getting too westernised either as well. So.
So I was looking at those Australian stayer ogs.
Yeah. Yeah, we just modified.
Do they only come in? Do they only come in 5.56 or do they come in 308 also?
No, 5.56. So manufactured at the Lithgow Small Arms for compliance for the Australian testing. We did make up 5 in 762B39 for testing because I was pushing for 76239 cartridge. There's shitloads around. Most of our enemies fucking use it, so we can use their stuff. You know what I mean? So, but they just never went into it. And I believe Rock Island Arsenals has one over there on hold at the moment, so Gun Jesus can actually do a story about it. So Ian McCallum from Forgotten Weapons, ex-chief valuer for James DeJulia, the auction house that does a lot of guns. He's going to do a story on the 762B39.
Yeah, they've been around a long time. I was kind of surprised how long those stayer ogs have been.
Styre's been around. They've just been expensive. Right,
the og model.
The Steyr, but AUG, we've been playing with them for 15 years before we put them into production.
Well, the British actually started the bullpup concept.
Yeah, I've got a book coming over about that British bullpups, 1901 to 1988. Coming, should be here in the next few days. I just got a notice about it this morning. It's landed in Australia.
They pioneered it.
Actually, one of the earliest bullpups was a guy in Boston, believe it or not, and he came up with a bullpup and that with a folding shoulder stock. The magazine was a rotary drum magazine, held 22 cartridges, and that was one of the first uses of cartridges and that. But they were actually little barrels, and that matched up into there. But he actually manufactured them as a brass cartridge with a percussion cap in the back of the cartridge. So it was like the first real cartridge. You pump it and like that, and then it'd bring the next cylinder into in the mechanism. You could fire it that way, and the whole lot folded down, and it looked like a gentleman's shooting stick.
Well, I got a chine. I finally got a chine on the old revolver there.
Cool.
Polished it up. Look a little nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a little shine on it and oiled it up and everything.
Looks nice.
Of course, I wiped the oil off of it. It's just an old black powder revolver.
Mm-hmm. My grandpa had one of those.
Yep. Hey, look, that's all I want over here. Give me 2 of them, and I'm sweet. And because the government over here treats those as like a toy.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it, and that with my EAA witnesses, and all that. If you pay 2 6.5-inch barrels,
I love it.
Old Navies.
Mm-hmm.
I can wear a bandolier.
This is the short one.
A bandolier here that's got 10 wheels. So I've got 2 guns. They're 6 rounds per. That's 72 rounds that I'm carrying. All right, out of 44 caliber, and that's got a muzzle velocity of about 1,200.
I like the details on it. I see it right there.
Cool.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to get it as close as I can where you can still see it, but it's got ships engraved, old sailing ships engraved on it. It's called a Navy revolver used by the Confederate Army.
That is awesome. My grandfather was like that. He collected old guns. Some of them worked and some of them didn't.
One is shorter.
Yep.
This is more gunfighter length. The Confederate Army didn't carry these per se unless they had them cut down and recrowned and everything. But this one, it's not even crowned. If you look at it, it's not even a crowned barrel.
I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna take something out of the freezer.
You can crown those with with pin files if you really want to get into it. But like just fire it often enough, and it'll wear itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they're both 44s.
Yeah.
Both of them are 44 cap and ball.
They're my favourite here. I just got to get rid of the witness and that to get those ones over because I'm exceeding my limit here for handguns. So.
Yeah, they're old cowboy. They're cowboy revolvers there.
In fact, I've got to do a shoot later on this year, so I can keep a couple of them. Competition shoot, and that because I used to shoot IPSA, and but I haven't done it for a few years, and that so to keep my permits for those guns and that I've got to use them every so often. So I've got to go in a competition. Doesn't matter where I come in, I just got to go in it, shoot a few rounds and all that sort of thing. I'm still competing, so it's all good.
I haven't put them on a chronograph yet to check the velocities.
Well,
so
what's your average grain load on that though?
I don't remember. I think it's like 72 or something like that.
72 grains.
It's Pyrodeck. You load Pyrodex.
Yeah, but 72 grains of. You sure we're not talking?
I don't remember. I haven't shot them in a long time. Right. They were just dirty and in storage and needed to get cleaned up.
On your, do you have a flask that you charge it with?
Yeah, I do.
Measure on the flask.
I have a measure on the flask, and I also have a measure as well.
All right, yeah. Just point out because 72 grains of powder is a fucking.
I don't remember, Jack. I don't remember.
In a handgun, I put in my old sharp rifle. I used to put 75 grains in that, and people thought I was overcharging it because it was a 45.
Well, it is a 44, so it is a 44 caliber ball.
Yeah. All right. I only throw about 50 in the handguns, and that for those sort of loads.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't remember. I don't remember how many grains.
You get a good flame. You get a good flame coming out the front with 50 grains.
Yeah, well, thank you. I don't remember how many grains to put in that because I haven't shot them in a while. I bought them during the Obama years because I wanted to have something because I thought he was going to cut our ammo supply off. So I'd like to know if I can actually run Sabbats out of it.
Yep, you can.
Do they have 44 Sabbats?
Yep. You
Well,
can buy
we, we
to
want to
take
go a little. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. The company's called Dowda, DOWDA. It's a little plastics company. It's in Illinois somewhere. But you can buy them through Cabela's. I know that, the Sabbaths. So the Cabela's Sports and that have got them. And they take a 30 caliber, your standard 30 caliber bloody round. I think it's a 30 caliber. It could be a 32.
I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you ever seen the double-barreled Howdah? It's called a Howdah.
Yeah. I got one here at a 410. That's my snake gun.
That's or there's another one they call it the Trapper.
Yeah.
And
I know people who've had them. I don't know anybody who's got one now because they're very popular and they got worth money. People sold them.
it's a double-barreled shotgun.
Yep.
That
410, 20 gauge, and 12 gauge.
Yes, sir. I want to get me one of them too.
Yeah, well, they're a legal short barrel shotgun. I like the Howdah. But over here we register them as a snake gun. So for running around paddocks, you're a short barrel shotgun. 410 is generally what they think most states. Northern Territory will let you get away with
black powder, they're not regulated. Black powder's not regulated here.
Oh, see, all guns are regulated here. All guns. They're fucking cap pistols for the school. The starting guns. Boom, boom. They've got to be in a safe. It's true. Every school's got to have a safe, and so it's got to be kept in there.
But at least with that Howdah, you get 2 shots.
Yeah.
And you lay out a freaking spread, man. Either that or put a Sabbat in there. I could even load it with bolos.
Sabbats, and that I shoot 45 caliber slugs out of my 50 cal black powder inline. So that's what I use there. That's my black powder deer gun. So it's actually a 45 slug that I'm shooting out of it. And it's deadly. It's bloody accurate. 100 yards, and that I'm grouping like that in it. 6-inch group, and that 100 yards.
I was reading about that over in Ireland. The IRA back in the early days of the IRA, back just after the turn of the century, they were using some kind of a black powder type of shotgun that would lay out a spread because they couldn't afford other stuff. And later on, they got upgraded a bit.
The IRA is well known for making slam fires. Two chunks of pipe, and one had you drill a hole in it and tack weld a thumbtack on the end, and that we dulled that in, and you slide your shell into the first one, slide the pipe over the second one, and just slam the two together, and poof, off it goes.
A lot of Americans don't know what went on over there. I mean, how all that stuff started, but a lot of that wasn't just the Irish hating the English and all that stuff for all those years. I mean, they did, but that wasn't the reason. The English were actually going in and dragging young men out of their freaking sleep in the middle of the night and executing them.
Well, I got
them in the sleep.
First time I got charged in the army was over there, and that for assaulting an officer over there. And I said, look, I don't care how. They staked out a lady's, the bad guy's grandmother, rightio, and they just basically kicked the door in on her one day and set her up, and you're going to play ball and all that sort of thing. And then when your grandson comes here and that, we're going to nab him. And she just told them all to get fucked and all that sort of thing. Kicking the door in, and that she was most irate. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he backhanded her. I decked him. So you touch that lady again, I'll kick your ass. So I got the sergeant. I said, get one of the boys, make her a cup of tea, sit her down, make her comfortable. I'm going to check out the legalities of this. And he said, I said, I don't mind fucking shooting the grandson. And that fucking no problem. He's a bastard. What's she done? And that all you got is maybe he might duck to his grandmother's and that because he's looking for a safe place because you fucked up his last safe house. So he might run here. Well, great. Wait down the street. You see him and that, drop him. You got to shoot on sight order on the guy. Fucking no problems. And that, but you don't have to go around his grandmother. You know what I mean? She might be hardcore IRA too. I don't know. But she's a little old lady and there's no paper on her. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, she's a civilian and out of our jurisdiction. We're military.
What's your attitude about old Maggie Thatcher?
I like
back
Maggie.
in her day.
There was a lot about her I didn't like. I must admit. But the way she played ball with fucking Reagan to fucking stooge the fucking Soviets, fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. And the Falklands. And that, you know what I mean? I like that.
The Irish didn't like her.
I know, but she fucking slaughtered the IRA. She said the fucking teams in south of the border. They were all down there. Omagh, fucking Dalkey, Kilkenny, fucking. Oh, they were all over the place. The squatty.
I remember the hunger strike when they got those Sinn Féin guys,
Sinn Féin.
and they put them in a British prison, and they went on a hunger strike. Remember that? Yeah, there's some people that got some freaking all kinds of attitudes about that, and they're not too. The Irish are not too happy with Maggie Thatcher.
No, but there's a lot of PR about that. That was all drummed up their way. What had happened, and that you had little cliques forming on both sides, the prods and the bloody Catholics, and they were more into a civil war than any religious war and all that sort of thing. It just started off with religion and loyalists and all that sort of stuff. English settlers fighting Irish.
That stuff is not going on. Thank God it's not going on now.
There's still a little bit going on. There's still a little bit going on.
Yeah, there is. There's IRA chapters here in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, shit, we got a lot of them out here to get away from it all, and that they just rather they can just forget all about it. Bad days. They learn from their lesson, and that they also realise they got bullshit a lot. There's a hell of a lot of fucking Marxist fucking rhetoric getting around in there, in amongst the IRA. They got fucking hijacked in a lot of ways. Now, I'm all for an independent Ireland. Don't get me wrong. Well, there's a better way of doing it.
I am too. And an independent Scotland also, but not to. Scotland wasn't being run by the freaking Labour Party. I'm all for an independent Scotland as well. I think Scotland should have their independence.
Yeah.
But it was communists that were trying to break away. The communists were hijacked they hijacked the exit of Britain. But now I think they're a little more content due to the fact that because of Brexit, and I think the Scots are a lot happier because of Brexit. There are some that aren't. I mean, they're pro-Labour, you know.
Well, there's always been more ties between some Scots in Europe than there has been with some Scots in England. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Well, when the English were after the Scottish kings, where'd they go? Fucking either the Isle of Skye or fucking Europe.
Yeah.
It's sad when your enemies and that are fucking more trustworthy than your neighbours.
I'd love to live in Isle of Skye. Isle of Skye sounds like a awesome place.
I spent a bit of time on the Isle of Wight. and I visited the Isle of Man, and that so where they have the motorcycle races, and that so I went down there one weekend for the TT. They had the trial. They didn't have the big race, but they were all just the practice sessions. Just even that though, that was brilliant. 120 mile an hour over cobbled streets. Fuck, those things are slippery. But then again, they've got bitumen all over.
Yeah, they are.
So they get their straight run up and they just hit that, half mile of cobbles, and just go straight through there, and nobody changes.
Hey, Canoes.
Are they square cobblestones like Germany, or are they round just regular stones?
Just cobblestones. They're like square brick blocks and all that sort of thing, shoved in a long end in, and that so they wear down.
Okay.
Yeah, like in Germany and all that sort of thing, cobbles. And that, but I've noticed on that one stretch there, very few people do any, all over the rest of the track, they'll try these dodgy fucking overtaking moves. But on the cobbles, people don't do too much. They go flat out on them because it's a good straight stretch. It's got 200 yards of bitumen before we hit the, coming out of that bend, 200 yards of bitumen, and then you've got the cobbles, and then you've got another 400 yards of bitumen straight again before you hit the next bend. So, it's just a pure speed move. Whatever your position you come out of that bend in, and you hold on your cobbles because you don't want to go diagonally across the cobbles because it throws you straight again.
That's why the rally cars were actually wheel drive because of that exact thing. I mean, those cobbles are slippery in Europe, especially in the wintertime. And so I remember the Honda it was the Honda.
Yeah.
Honda made a road rally car.
Yeah.
That my brother had one actually, and then I think Subaru originally was for road rallies also. It wasn't meant to be an off-road vehicle. It never was.
Well,
it was meant to be a road rally car.
Yeah, the WRX, and that was their standard rally car for Subaru. They're a nice car.
I think it was Honda CRX.
Yeah, that was CRX
all-wheel drive
rally, two-wheel drive for two-door, all-wheel drive, all-wheel steer, little flat, very flat back. So you had a near vertical back window. Don't know what it was about. I remember someone talking about the back window one.
Yeah.
That rally car, and I can't remember what. That you go to watch the race and that, and in between all the bullshit and that, you got the talking heads coming out and explaining stuff, and they talk to guys and shit. It was one of those things. I was watching a race one day. We get some brilliant forest rallies out here.
But man, it really helps on those slick cobblestone streets, though, having that all-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to get myself a glass and have a toke.
Oh, you're good. Make sure the sound's off. So how you doing, Canoes?
On here.
Yeah. I've been to so many stores I cannot find Lysol spray. I'm ready to scream.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're looking for Lysol and you can't find it, look for a product called Steramine. STER.
Hold on.
I'll type it in the chat.
Okay.
I can send you a bottle of this, Michelle.
Yeah. This stuff that's called Steramine. You can get it on Amazon. Buy a bottle of it. It comes in a little caplet form. It dissolves in water. It has this.
Okay. Oh, my Bible notes.
Same chemicals as lice.
Oh, hello, Cheyenne. I didn't see you there. That's
STERAMINE. Okay. I'm going to take a look really quick before I forget. And you said I can get it right on Amazon?
Yeah, I bought it there before. We use it at my store to disinfect our deli.
Yeah, I even told my friend who lives in Texas, if she sees it, get me a can. It's hard to find that disinfectant Lysol spray. How are you otherwise? How's work going? Are you guys busy or not busy?
I've been off the last 2 days, so.
So it's a tablet, you said?
Yeah. I'm going to put the Amazon link in the chat here.
Well,
okay, cool. I found it.
I do make a very nice lemonade concentrate, like a cordial, lemon cordial, but that's the only non-alcoholic drink that I make. Everything else has got booze in it, so I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, cool.
There's the
nice flask.
There's the powder flask.
Now that one there should go up to about 45, 50 grains, and that for a 30 grain charge on the average pistol. So I put in a big load of 50 grains, and I like that big charge.
I found a deal for 27.
But you should load.
I mean, I found a deal for the same tablets that you just showed me, but it comes with a 2-pack for $27.
Yep, I'd jump on it then.
Are people going to start using this, or they don't know of this? Is this just like?
It's more geared towards food service applications. People use it to disinfect kitchens and lunch counters.
Well, that's where a lot of germs are.
Yeah.
And you dissolve it in water?
Components.
Okay, and you dissolve it in water. And then you just wipe stuff down and...
Spray it and wipe, yep. It's got the same shit in it that
These are the patches.
Okay. Hold on, let me get back to the chat room.
These are greased patches?
Uh-huh.
So after you load your ball and the cap, you put this in, and it seals it so that you don't have a chain fire.
Okay.
What's that?
That's a mixture of mutton and duck fat.
What's that going to do?
That'll work. Crisco works.
I've been using this stuff for years.
Use it?
No, I've been using this stuff for years.
For what?
So what you got?
To seal off my rounds.
Right there.
Like powder.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about? That? Okay.
So you got these chambers. These chambers in the revolver, they need to be sealed off so you don't get a chain fire.
Get back to Amazon real quick.
Does that make sense?
Yep, just a little bit around.
Otherwise, you'll have all your rounds go off at the same time.
Yep. And if I'm expecting,
that's why I got this also.
Yep, and if I'm expecting rain, I put it around the back of the caps as well. So
use Pyrex. There's my powder.
Now, I've tried that. Their grains. Hodgkin make it. It's pretend gunpowder, but it comes out in these pale, circular, long grains. Yeah, sort of thing. Tried that. Wasn't real impressed.
This right here. This right here is called a nipple wrench.
Yeah.
And see where your caps go? You've got these nips in there, and you've got a Mac on there. So, and then there is a capper. This is called a capper. And that's so that you don't blow your caps while you're trying to put it on the nipple. I know it sounds funny, nipple. But
besides, I also hold 2025 and all that sort of thing as a place to store.
Why is everything brass? Because you don't want anything that's it's going to set your powder off.
What?
That's why it's all brass. So this
I'm
this
gonna make
goes
something to eat
inside.
in a minute.
Each one of those nipples has a little hole. And so when your cap fires off, it's going to shoot that spark, that flame into your powder and set your powder off. So you got to keep those holes clean, and that's what this is for. This is a nip. I know, sounds like a bunch of crap you got to carry around with you. You don't really have to do it every time, but you know, it helps.
I have a little thing that looks like a single ring brass knuckle that just sits in my pocket knife, and that's actually my flash hole primer, clearer, stoker, whatever you want to call it. Also use it for cleaning out the bong on occasion here.
Totally different now when you got to go buy
This
a
right
gun.
here is the caps with the cap.
Yeah.
I just bought one. What was it, last week or last?
Oh, because
8 days ago?
I don't.
Cheyenne, black powder is a little bit softer in the.
These take a while to reload.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, it wasn't like
It take a while
automatic
to
for
reload
them.
them.
You got to remember, in the Civil War, they had to keep reloading and reloading and reloading, and that's why a lot of them were killed, because while they were reloading, they were shot, or they got stabbed by their sword. So that was a bloody war. Very bad bloody war. Unnecessary,
That's why
too.
Revolvers were the going thing back in those days.
Yeah.
And because they could fire more than one round without reloading.
Yeah.
And so I could get 6 shots off instead of just a single
That's
shot.
why
like
all the generals carried their
guns,
pistols, right?
And that.
Yeah.
The generals had the pistols, right?
Yeah.
The revolver pistols.
That's right.
Officers always carry pistols.
Yeah. And the other soldiers carried the rifle.
Yes. And bayonet.
And the bayonet, yeah.
And some had swords.
I don't love that war, but I like studying the history of that war. There's a lot that I learned and a lot that I don't know yet. It's pretty amazing what they leave out in history books for kids.
Well, there's a lot of details.
My daughter didn't even know who Mary Surratt was. I'm like, you learned about Abraham Lincoln's death and you didn't know about Mary Surratt? Like, she didn't know stuff like that. That was the first woman that was hung in America for the conspiracy of the killing of Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
And her own son, John Surratt,
right here
ran away. And then when they finally caught him, they couldn't charge him.
This is 100 rounds right here.
Wow.
It's 100 ball.
Yeah.
And they're oversized. It's actually, instead of 44 caliber, it's 451 caliber.
Right.
So that when you mash it down with the plunger, it shaves off some of the lead. So you have a tight seal, because you want a tight seal.
Well, there are some shells that you can use not only in a pistol, but you can use in a rifle too.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
It's the same size.
Wasn't that the squirrel gun? That was a 6 caliber.
Squirrel gun.
The squirrel gun, and so they made.
I always used a 22 for
same
squirrel.
David Crockett used.
I used 22.
No, they didn't use squirrel. It was all the squirrel gun.
Black powder pro-life.
Oh, black powder. Okay, sorry. You're still talking about black powder. Sorry.
There wasn't a black powder
Yeah.
22 until 1883. And then it took off, but the cartridges came out.
What was the first company here in America to make rifles? What's the oldest company? Henry?
No, it's a non-existent. Blake and Son. Blake was hung by the British.
They were made by farmers.
Hung by the British for witchcraft.
It's called Blayton?
Blake and Sons.
Blank and Sons. They don't
yeah.
make rifles anymore?
They've been dead 400 years.
Well, I thought maybe a family carried on.
They were hung for witchcraft back in the 1600s.
Okay.
But they made percussion rifles, flintlocks, the early percussion. Igniting. I think they're all flintlocks.
What company was making rifles during our airtime, like Civil War and so on? What kind of companies were those rifles? Like, do you know?
Is Browning still American?
Yeah, I think Browning's still here.
Well, it'd be Browning.
Okay.
Winchester was just after the Civil War.
Yeah.
They made their stamp with the 1873 model.
See, that's what I'm talking about, Winchester and all that. Yeah, I was wondering how old they were.
But Browning predates.
I got a Browning 20 gauge.
So does Colt. So
and 12.
It'd be between John Moses Browning and Samuel Colt.
They make nice guns.
Spencer.
Spencer's no longer in production though. Spencer doesn't exist anymore. That's what we're talking about. Someone who's still alive today, still running today.
Yeah. Henry Rifle's still making rifles.
Parker Hale.
Yeah.
Parker Hale's British.
Yeah, but they were here in the U.S.
Yeah.
We used them here. They were a rich man shotgun.
Still are.
Yeah.
I've got one of theirs in 3006. Parker Hale, 2000 series.
They were sporting guns, high-end sporting guns back in those days.
Yeah, reach out and touch somebody in the head at 900 yards.
And
I didn't see the Walmart video.
There was also the Sharps.
What Walmart video?
They're no longer the original company. They are making Sharps rifles again today, but it's under license and all that sort of thing, and they were closed for over 70 years. So to be going, it'd have to be.
But they are
Colt Manufacturing, and that which is still trading, or Browning.
No, I know. Cimarron made a version of the Sharp.
Remington. When did they get going? Didn't Remington predate Colt?
I don't know.
By about a year, I'm thinking. There's a hell of a lot of Remington fucking pistols getting around in the Civil War, yes?
I think Remington stopped making rifles for a while, didn't they?
No, they just sent them over to Japan for a while. They still get some models, and that made in Japan.
Remington was founded in 1816.
1816.
1816.
And the Colt
firearm. That's some cool stuff to talk about. I want to start. I would like to talk a little bit about guns on my channel, but people call me out for it.
Samuel Colt worked for Remington for a little while. I think maybe Browning. May have somebody worked for Browning for a little while before.
Maybe
so it can't be Colt or Browning, because one of them worked for Remington, so I'm thinking of Remington because they're still trading today. Funny thing is,
I think we all kind of knew each other, Jack.
If you look at the history of what was the company that first came up with the Armalite, and they made airplanes, and they ended up going to Canada to make fucking planes. Say again? It started with A.
It wasn't Stoner.
Fairchild. Fairchild Corporation. Fairchild. Now, if you look at Fairchild and all that sort of thing, they go back to the Harrisons at Harrisburg and the gun company there. But they stopped making firearms for 70 years and kept on trading as Fairchild and all that sort of thing, and and all that sort of thing. But it was basically a continuation of that company all the way along. And then they got back into it and they designed the Armalite series of rifles. in partnership with, I forget who. And yeah, Fairchild Corporation, and I think they made part of doing the baby caribou. Was it the caribou or the turkey bird they were involved with?
Well, they were teamed up with Republic and became Republic Fairchild for a while.
Yes,
and
yes.
I believe Republic became part of whatever company started doing the Herkies. I think it's Lockheed now.
Yeah, Lockheed. Well, Lockheed's absorbed so many into,
and Martin Marietta and all of them.
Yeah.
Marlin was around before Chester.
Yeah.
Marlin Arms.
If you're talking
was around
larger sized weapons, the Waterleavit arsenal in New York is the oldest continuous operating arsenal. They've been around since 1813, and they still make tanks and cannon tubes.
How long's Rock Island been around?
Good question.
Yeah.
Rock Island was established in Philippines after World War One.
Yep.
Yeah. They were making
says Rock Island was 1862.
And they also
yeah
contract and that brand over there called Sterling, if you remember, and made a shitload of little semi-automatic 22s and bolt-action 22s over there, and they're all pretty damn good. I know people have got the original Sterlings over here, the semi-automatic pro bunny hunters. Now, can you imagine? You're a pro bunny hunter. Every day of your life, you're putting 200 to 300 rounds through that fucking thing. Every day of your life. And you're doing that for 20, 30 years. Some of these guns are 30 years old.
Oh, good Lord, that was funny.
What was that there, Michelle?
Oh, this video. Oh, okay, let me, I have to share it. Okay, but hold on. Oh, my ribs hurt.
Dobbins Lockheed in a ghetto house playing so loud.
I don't know why it's so hard for me to share stuff, but hold on.
Posted the link, was it? Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with chat here. Oh, don't tell me we got. Yeah, we got feedback somewhere. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Check. Yeah, I'm getting an echo on my end.
Yeah, Michelle.
What?
What do you got open there? Can you go to without? Can you go to no camera? Just leave your sound on, but just kill your camera for a second.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, just because I can't mute you, so we'll do it this way.
I'm gonna mute her for just a second.
You
check.
No echo.
Yeah, the echo's coming. The echo's coming through her end. She's gonna need to refresh.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, but that little bubble that shows you if there's echo coming through too. So.
Okay, hold on. I gotta fix it.
Yep. Just refresh there, Michelle. It's all good.
Is that better?
Checking 1 2 3.
Check.
Check.
Yeah, you need to actually refresh, Michelle.
How do I do that? I forgot. I just leave the studio, right?
Yeah.
Close your browser.
Come right back in. Yep.
She'll
figure it out.
Browser memory hole, and that because StreamYards is in the browser, so you got to shut the whole browser down.
How's that?
Otherwise, it comes back.
Check.
Check.
Yeah, that's better.
Cool. Well, let's face it. They're communists, right? They are not going to go down as a premium manufacturing thing without fucking everybody else over. Oh yeah. So that's it.
Okay, you guys got to watch this.
I actually shared this video on Censor Wars a couple of months ago.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, but yeah.
It's been around.
Yeah.
It is funny though.
Good afternoon, Walmart customers. If I may have your attention, please. Will Mr. Clinton Hildepstein meet your party at the grocery entrance? Mr. Clinton Hildepstein, please go to grocery entrance to meet with your party.
About 2 weeks after Epstein Crow.
He doesn't smoke it like in 5 minutes.
Okay.
And come back and I'll do it again.
Thank
Good Lord. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, if you go up, if you're well dressed and that, and you've got a straight face, you can get away with fucking murder. Seriously. Just don't go there a rat mate. Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Oh, people are fucking beyond you.
After Queen Gil Epstein, oh my goodness, she didn't even catch it.
Go up there like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth and that, and say, oh, I was supposed to meet a friend of mine here, and that we're talking about which barbecue we're getting. Can you page him for you? I think he's running around here. And yeah, Mr. Clinton killed Epstein. Clinton killed Epstein. Paging Mr. Clinton killed Epstein. Could you please come to the service desk, please? Thank you.
I think your sound's on tow truck.
Yeah.
I think it's better.
My sound's doing what?
All right, I think it's better now. Anybody hear an echo?
No, I think he's just got some background noise
I don't.
going.
Okay.
Me?
Sometimes
Oh, I got a fan. I bet there's a fan making noise.
whenever you share stuff, it makes noise.
Let me play.
There it goes again.
You've got to reset your browser. You don't have enough memory. There's a browser memory hole inside
All right.
Chrome.
So you guys were talking about guns. I had such a day. I ran so much different ammunition today, man.
Cool.
There was 50 cal black powder. There was 708, 7 mag. There was it was called an AM 15 had 5.56 223 capability either way.
Yep.
And then there was 9s, hollow point and regular, what do you call them? Pumpkin tossers. And then there was the 22, then there was the 22 WMR. Then I got a hold of the Taurus pistol that would do 410 or the 44 long Colt. I always thought they were 45 long, but 44. I guess it's 44. And then what the hell? Some other ammunition. We found some double buck, but they were clear, right? So you could see the shot in them. So that was kind of cool, because a lot of times you don't actually know that they're soybean size. They're bigger than soybean, but you know what I'm saying. It was cool to see a clear one. And then there was another one that was a 3.5 inch mag triple beard. They said that had 5, 6, and 7 shot in. Man.
Yeah.
Ooh. Did I blank out?
No.
I blanked out here.
Those triples also have an option. They come with number 4 bird shot in between each one of the 3, and that, so like you get the 3 main 12 gauge solid balls flying out. You've got all these little 4 inch shot, and they actually, because they're so light, they actually go in front. And all that sort of thing. And they'll actually clear out branches and leaves and all that sort of stuff. And then the whole branch go through. It's fucking crazy. Close up.
Wow.
And if you really, really
close
want
up, yeah.
And that, instead of using wadding and that wadding and the sleeve in there, pour paraffin wax in it. and you'll get 20 feet of flame coming out of the end of the barrel. So use them overnight. True.
We made one mistake though. We put a 3.5 inch triple beard in a under over shotgun that was only capable for 3 inch.
Yeah,
And I kind of don't know how it actually fit.
Yeah, under overs are 3 inch. They're a competition for a gun. So maximum chamber size is 3 inch.
Well, there was a gal that shot that one and she got kind of hurt. That one hurt, I guess, because the gun was pretty light.
No, what you got?
Gave a hell.
He's forced the first round in, which doesn't. It's now in the barrel. It's not in the chamber. You got the first ball in the chamber, and it's got the shell around it, plus all the wad and the other plastic. So it's a fucking tight fit. So you got these other two in there. You're going to force it out. That's going to maybe even double the recoil, and if not, risk blowing into the gun out. So,
yeah, that because
you're now getting into the area of irresponsibility with firearms. Never put an oversized round in a chamber.
right. I saw the thing, and it was gold colored, like a gold or bronze colored kind of.
Sure.
And I looked and I was like, well, feet away and hanging there. And I looked again and there was just something about it. And I thought, well, it must be the gold color that is making it look bigger to me. And then it came out later because then once it unraveled, now you're seeing a tube, and it's like, that's not right. I've seen plenty of ejected shells.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so that was a 3.5. And they were like, "Oh shit!" And the guy, the owner of the gun, was like, "That's not," because it was a night. It had all the milled swirlies in it and stuff. It wasn't that type of gun.
See, now that gun's been overpressured. Okay, you've decreased the life of the gun a heap. It can do so much damage. It really can. It's a dangerous thing to do. Call me killing goat.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Are you calling fire? Did I miss something?
I don't know.
All right, but yeah, I never do the overpressure stuff. This is what I was saying with Bill earlier. 70 grains in a handgun, a black powder. Fuck, I hope that's just he's cocked up. Recommended range. I double checked it. For his model, that model pistol by the manufacturer, 30 grains. 35 is what we always go by, and that. I do 50 in one, but I made that wheel. It's not a standard cast wheel. It's 4143 chrome standard cast wheel. 4143. We've got a huge echo there.
I'm having a lot of problems with my bandwidth. I'm gonna have to cut out. I
Try
can't
to
even.
refresh completely, like your computer and that, or whatever you're using.
That's okay. I just dropped by to say hi.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna scoot.
Yeah, I'll get going too. That's no dramas. Okay. You take care there, folks. You all have a good day.
Well, you too.
Later, Jack.
All right.
Jack, it was nice seeing you.
Yeah, Michelle, for some reason, you got a second window still open in Backstage.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I forgot to X out of it. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but just so you know, it's there.
No, it's on mute. I think I muted it.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing?
I was cleaning house today.
Where's Wizard tonight?
Somebody said they thought he had a barbecue he was doing, so he was probably busy with company.
Nice. Like barbecues. What's everybody saying in the chat? I can't read it. Tell everybody I said hi. I am using my phone and it's weird because when I hit chat, I only see private. When I hit live, it's paused. Let me see if it works now. Well, now it's working because I said something. Everyone can hear me fine though, right?
Yeah, your audio sounds fine now.
I know I bought Greek seasoning. I wasn't sure what I did with it. I'm addicted to Greek food. Have you ever had Greek food?
A few dishes. I love gyros. Gyros,
Yeah,
however
gyros
you
are
want
the
to call it.
best. Oh,
I just
yeah,
had
they
some the other
are.
day.
Yeah. It is good. I wonder how everybody's doing. I don't see anybody anymore. Like Don Bear.
Yeah, last I heard, Don was all right. He was still living where he was in Washington State.
Yeah.
But he's got money issues, so.
Oh,
And no internet, so.
Yeah, I told him to call me. I could probably try to help him with that.
Well, Don does not like accepting monetary gifts from people. He's kind of stubborn that way.
Yeah, my grandfather was that same way. Do you guys have Lysol in your store? You guys pretty much sold out.
No, that's one of the few things that cannot get. It sold out a month ago.
What is the
and
company's excuse? Why they ain't manufacturing lots of it? I want to know that.
Well, no, they're manufacturing it. It's just that when it goes out to the distributors, it's not getting spread around enough.
What do you mean? Like they're not ordering enough pallets of it, or?
Well, no, it's the people that put the orders into the distributors. The distributors, they're not spreading it around enough. People are making too big of orders, and there's just not enough of it to go around. But then there's also rumors that certain things, orders are being diverted by government order.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, because the police officers and all of them get it first.
Well, no, they're saying that the federal government's intercepting orders and confiscating orders for different types of personal protective equipment. So,
but screw the people, right? Screw the people like you who go to work.
The mayor of San Francisco was bitching about it yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, after the initial, shortage scares that we had like 3 weeks ago, we've had toilet paper in my store. And
yeah, same here. It's just a hit or a miss.
It's the one thing that we cannot get right now is hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah.
The only type that we can get from our distributor that they actually have available are the small little 8-ounce bottles.
Yeah.
They're tiny little things, and we need the big 1-gallon pump ones for our employees, and we just can't get those.
That's crazy. Well, we have hand sanitizer.
So we use that stearamine stuff, and we have bleach.
When the kids started school, that was on the list to buy, and all the teachers returned Nathaniel's and Anna's, but Sarah's somehow got lost. And Sarah had a size like this we have now. This is pretty big size. My husband bought 6 of these. Thank God. And 3 of them went to the school, and only 2 of them came back. That was smart thinking in the beginning of the school year to get that, but still, they say soap and water is better.
Now, sanitizer is easy to make for yourself.
Oh yeah, I've seen people
It's
on
just
YouTube
it's
make videos
soap
how to
and
make it.
isopropyl alcohol,
That's all that's in it, right?
pretty much.
Yeah, the dollar stores. There's the local police department went around and bought them all out. Check the chat. We make our own soap. Cool. I heard making soap's pretty easy too. The problem is you just got to buy everything to make it. I even tried finding medical gloves and stuff like that online. You can't get any of that. Let's see who else said anything. No sanitizer here for 2 months. Masks either. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are go to the store and they do this hoard buying. It's crazy. You guys got a big store by you? Like, are you pretty popular, or is it like a mom and pop shop?
Where I work?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small mom and pop type place, yeah.
Yeah. The store by us is the same thing, but they always have meat. Where if I go to Wegmans or Tops, they never have meat. So they must be ordering from like a local butcher. Do you guys do the same?
No, well, we don't have like a traditional meat department like you would find in a grocery store. It's just a deli. We have deli meats, and in our fruit or our dairy case, we sell, packaged bacon, and sometimes we have sausage and hot dogs, but we don't sell we don't sell ground beef or anything like that.
Oh, you don't?
No, just
because
deli
he
meat.
chooses not to, or just
Honestly, I think there's a statute with the Ohio food codes where if you're going to sell ground beef and like grocery store style meat, we'd have to upgrade our food service license, and it's just too much money.
Oh, you wouldn't believe what they have to pay. They have to pay. Don't they have to pay this fee too, almost every day? Because in case people get sick, it's like an insurance thing.
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, I just remember this one restaurant owner who owned a small business, and he told me the reason why he closed is because of all the fees and taxes and what New York State does to the small businesses and restaurants. They charge them all these fees. Then you got to pay unemployment, right? In case one of your employees gets hurt or whatever it's called. You got to work tomorrow?
Yeah, I gotta actually be up to go in about 5 hours.
You better get some sleep there.
Yeah, I'm only going to be on for another 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, if there's not that many people in the chat, I'm going to go myself. My sleeping schedule's way off. Sarah went to bed today, finally at 11 o'clock this morning, to be up in the middle of the night. I'm hungry. I'm sure Widget will be back tomorrow. Now, do your parents live close to you, Canoe? Like, where you go see? I know you can't see them right now if they are, but are they close to you?
My mother lives a half mile away with my sister.
Do you guys keep in touch?
Not so much.
Yeah.
My mom is isolating because she's got a compromised immune system.
Ah.
So, and we've never been like chatty on the phone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when she needs to get a hold of me, she gets a hold of me. Same thing with me. So,
Yeah. Anything that you miss doing that you can't do anymore?
no.
Me, take the kids to Six Flags. That's going to suck. I can't take them there this summer. I'm hoping this all goes away. Because, you know, we get those season passes and stuff. Everybody's so quiet today. My friend in South Dakota was pregnant, and me and my dad helped her not get an abortion. That is a good story. Shailene, I can't pronounce it correctly. How am I pronouncing it? Cheyenne, sorry. Cheyenne, you should go to my channel and watch some of my videos. Oh, I made enough for Sarah because I know her, she's going to be hungry. Well, I guess during this whole pandemic thing, I would say the least thing I don't like is that the kids stay up all night. You know what I mean? And getting them to complete all the homework that the teachers are giving them. A little hard. And some of it is just unbelievable. The one time it had a pamphlet on Islam. It had like 7 pages.
Oh,
I
I'd
ripped
fucking
it right
burn
off.
that.
Oh, I did. I told the teacher, not doing it. Only 1 page on Christianity. They had. Unbelievable. I heard the one school in Minnesota, the public school system, teachers and students were all going, or teachers, I'm sorry, and the parents were all going at it because they were trying to force the kids to pray, you know, like they do. And then they took their Bible study away at this school. Right? They can no longer have Bible study, but they kept the Islam pray thing that they do. And they wanted all the students to participate. Crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the public school system is destroying.
Oh, it's been fucked for 40 years.
Yeah, because I remember my grandfather used to get mad when I came home with my history work. We used to go on day trips. Open the chat again.
Yeah, Cheyenne wants to link to your channel on YouTube.
Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can do that on my phone. I'll do it once I get downstairs. If you just give me a minute. I always buy white freezer package paper or whatever you call it for the meat, because if not, it gets all that frostbite stuff and it drives me nuts. Do you guys carry pita bread in your store?
No.
No. It's very hard to find. Only store I can find it is They Buy Me.
Now, you can find it in all the grocery stores around here, but
yeah,
it's not my
it's
place.
good just eating it without anything. Sometimes I'll put pesto sauce on it.
My father used to like taking them and frying them in a pan and making pizzas out of them. He put pizza sauce and cheese and pepperoni.
You know what? I'm going to try that. Are you serious? That's what your dad did? That's awesome.
Poor man's pizza.
Well, yeah, it's so easy. I used to do it with plain bagels for them. I wish I could go bowling. I think that would be pretty cool, too.
Yeah, it's something I've never got into.
Yeah, I love bowling. Pretty good bowler, too. I don't know. What do you like doing for fun? Like I said, bowling. You like shooting, right? Like skeet shooting and target
No,
practice?
I do target shooting, but I don't. I've only done skeet once in my life when I was in scouts. I can't do it here on my farm because I live in the city, and I'm not going to pay money
Right.
to join a club. So
Yeah.
if I could do it out in the backyard, that'd be one thing, but I just can't do that.
Right.
But I like the outdoors. I just like it. I don't have to be actually doing anything, hunting or anything like that. I just like being out in the outdoors. But I'm so fucking busy, I have no time to do that shit anymore.
Yeah. Well, you were a manager right at the store, you said?
The assistant manager.
Yeah. So that you take on a lot of work with that. Well, I'm proud that you're going to work every day. And, you're also taking a risk because people who come in could be, have the flu or something.
I wasn't really given much of a choice.
Right. Well, you have to. You have to pay bills. I think she sent him that hat. Yeah, I sent your dad, I think 2 hats now he has for me. And a flag. And he's got another hat coming, but they sold out. So he's got the guy that sells them will be getting more in June. I meant to send him whatchamacallit hat. What was it? Camo hat, and I ended up sending him the black hat, but he said he liked it, so that was cool. So Battery is your dad, then I take it. Cool. Cool. Where is he tonight, by the way? All right, I'm going to go hop on with my computer. I'll log off of this one, and I'll be downstairs in a second.
All right. What about the census form, Cheyenne?
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, just fine.
sorry about that. I don't eat normal hours, so.
Oh, same here. I eat when I'm hungry.
Well, yeah. My husband
And I
has
sleep
been
when I'm
so
tired. I don't really have a set bedtime.
My husband has been so gracious. He's been cooking dinner for the past couple of days because my sleeping schedule's way off. And if I'm going to sleep, he lets me. So I got about 4 hours sleep in the last 24 hours, but I feel okay. I don't know why I can't sleep at night. People are like, well, try this, try taking this. But then problem is if Sarah wakes up and I try that like chamomile tea it's called, I think.
Chamomile.
Yeah. And once I drink that, I'm out cold. But if I get woken up and then that's it, I'm up, and I hate that. But then you feel like groggy, but you have to stay up, So that's why I try not to take it. I've tried melatonin. Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. You have to be pretty consistent when you take that, and it doesn't work for me in the middle of the night. Only works for me if I do sleep normal hours, like go to bed at 11. Then it'll work for me. But again, if Sarah wakes me up, I'm up, and her schedule's way off. My biggest fear is she'll start trying to cook something on the stove and set a fire. Which she knows how to cook, but she knows the rules. She cannot use the stove when everyone is sleeping. Especially, her father. Yeah, melatonin only works if you lay down exactly. If you lay down, sometimes you put that, I don't know, I try that thunder and rain sound stuff. I'll put that on. It's kind of relaxing, the sound of rain. And I'll fall asleep to that.
What actually works for me, listening to audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
Just one voice reading,
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what they're reading. It's just you zone into it and you just kind of zone out.
That might be a good idea. I have free auto thing on Amazon because I'm a Prime member. Adam Shifty Shift says 50,000 Americans dead because Trump wasn't removed. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Representative Adam Shifty Shift, of Democrat of California, claimed Friday evening that 50,000 Americans died because the Senate failed to remove President Donald Trump from office during the impeachment trial in February. Okay. Adam. That is one guy that is definitely part of the deep state. His eyes freak me out. I watch Mystery Science Theater to fall asleep. Classical music also works. Yes, classical music does work for me too. I like classical music when I'm awake.
Yeah.
I'll share this link in the chat. You guys got to see this. If you're someone that likes to read the news, this is a good site to check the news. And then on that link, there is a video, and you could also comment on the video. I like Breitbart News. Any other news that you follow, Canoes, or not really, or?
I use the major aggregator services that pull headlines from, all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't particularly follow any particular, outlet, but I look at everything. I'll even look at the CNN and the MSNBC and HuffPost and stupid shit like that, just to see what the opposition's talking about.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
It,
Yeah,
but
you
there's
got to pay
so
attention to that because
oh
you got expose it.
the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, because it's the most convenient thing on my phone, is I look up the Google News, and they're an aggregator. They just pull stuff from all over the place, and of
Right.
course it's going to be left centric. The crap that the far left wing news outlets are pushing out, like Huffington Post and Vox and the Atlantic and shit. Oh, it's disgusting.
Right.
Absolutely disgusting.
Totally agree. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. I remember, back in the day when you could actually watch CNN, and CNN actually just reported everything, not just what politically around the world, what was going on in the country.
Yeah, they've always had a slant, but it was never this pronounced.
Right. Never, ever. I've never seen so much hatred for the president. I'm watching The Celebrity Apprentice. Okay. I think I'm on one of the last seasons, and then he's decided to run for president. And I'm watching how these celebrities are engaging with the president and how he's getting along. And then I turn around and look up their social media accounts, and they're bashing the guy. It's like, you praised him, kissed his butt, wanted to be the Celebrity Apprentice and everything. And then all of a sudden, he's Mr. Bad Guy. It's like, if you go back to videos of him and Oprah, Larry King, Donald Trump's mindset is the same way it is today, especially his thinking about how tariffs and taxes in China, how politicians sold our country out to China, which is true. A lot of politicians sold themselves out to China. It's been for going on for decades of what the Democratic Party has done, and the Republican cants who do nothing to protect their districts. UF71, that was a good movie. Yeah. It was a good movie. I haven't seen that in forever. I wonder if it's on TV anywhere. Let me look it up. Yep, you can rent it. Or it's free on Hulu. Haha. Free for me. The kids get Hulu. Yeah, I remember I saw that movie in the theater. What else is good? With Mel Gibson. What was that movie? Not Braveheart, but The Patriot, right? That was Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah, the American Revolution war movie. Yeah, that was all right.
I liked Gettysburg, Glory. The movie Glory was really good. What kind of war movies? Saving Private Ryan. Even though I don't like Tom Hanks, that was a good movie. Vietnam. What else was good? Trying to think of old ones, old war movies.
The one with Clint Eastwood, Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes. Never seen it.
That it's kind of like a black comedy World War II movie. The plot is really good. It's got Clint Eastwood and Donald Sutherland. Mm-hmm. And basically they play kind of misfits in the army, and they find out that the Germans are hiding a bunch of gold in a bank, and they basically go AWOL and try and steal all this German gold. It's hilarious.
It sounds good. I'll have to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, Midway. Midway was John
good.
Wayne, right?
Yep.
John Wayne, yep. John Wayne
I'd say my favorite old war movie would be A Bridge Too Far.
A Bridge Too Far.
Yeah. It was about Operation Market Garden in World War II, where we tried to do an invasion into Germany through the Netherlands, and it didn't go that well. Great cast.
What was it called again? I'm sorry.
A Bridge Too Far.
A Bridge Too Far. And I wonder how old that one is.
It came out in late 60s, I think.
I love watching old movies.
Yeah, Cheyenne. Three Kings was funny as hell. That was a Gulf War I movie with George Clooney.
Sean Connery's in this movie.
Yep.
Gene Hackman, Anthony Hopkins. Ooh, Robert Redford.
Yeah, it's got a huge cast.
Oh, it's already on my watch list. I can watch it for free unless that was Tom. I'll have to watch that.
Yep, it's a good one.
It's got a lot of good stars too. Cool.
Yeah, Stripes was funny.
Stripes? Oh, I haven't seen that movie in forever.
With Bill Murray.
Let me look that up. I forgot
Great
who's
movie.
in it. That's the theater one.
Now, there's a fairly new war movie that came out just maybe 3 years ago. It was called 12 Strong.
12 Strong? I think I watched that.
It's about Afghanistan. Right after 9/11 happened, when we first went into Afghanistan. It's about like one of the units. It was like the first, special forces units to go in country there. Very well done. Very brutal, but good storyline.
Yep. It's free. You can watch it with ads through Amazon. Cool. 13 Hours was good too. I cried through that movie. Lone Survivor.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Fury. I didn't really like Fury.
I was just Fury was kind of dark.
Yeah. I think if they got a different actor, it would have been a little different, but I don't think Brad Pitt played a good part in that. I don't think he plays good in a lot of movies that he's been in. I really never liked him. I don't like him at all, especially his personality. But anyway, Hacksaw Ridge was really good. I think that's the one that I watch over and over again. That was a really good movie. Let me see. Anything else? We Are the Soldiers. That was with Mel
Gibson.
Gibson, yeah. I watched that movie Angel Has Fallen. I couldn't even take my eyes off the TV. That movie was just like a movie you had to watch the whole thing. I couldn't believe it. I like
Oh, is that the one about
actor?
The president's Secret Service guy?
Yeah, Gerald Butler, really good actor. I don't like his personality or his political views, but as an actor, he's a really good actor.
Was he in the last the Bourne movie?
What Bourne movie?
The Jason Bourne movie that didn't have Jason Bourne. It followed another character. I think it was Gerard Butler.
I don't know. Good question. I never really got into all the Bourne movies. He was in that movie Olympus Has Fallen, and that was the first one that was good. There's a new movie called Bad Boys for Life. No, thank you. Will Smith.
Oh, okay. The first Bad Boys movie was all right.
Yeah, I agree.
Second one, not so.
He wasn't political then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will admit that about the only reason I liked it was because Tia Leone was in it. Oh, no, it wasn't Gerard Butler, and it was Jeremy Renner in the Bourne movie.
I'm trying to think of good Civil War movies, but I can't think of any because I was thinking about watching some of them, and only one I could come up with was Glory.
Civil War.
Yeah, there wasn't much Civil War movies, I don't
there was
think.
a made for TV miniseries that's still around. It was called Andersonville, and it was about
Andersonville.
yeah, it was about Union soldiers who became prisoners of war down in the South, and all the crap that they had to put up with. That one was really good.
It was a TV series.
It was a miniseries, like a 2-episode, 3-episode show.
Oh, okay. I see it. $98 for the DVD. Holy shit. Abraham Lincoln Vampire. It was good, but I'm like, it can never happen. So I kind of like, yeah, it was a one-time thing. Couldn't watch it. Oh, the movie about Mary Surratt. That was a really good. The Contender, The Conspiracy. That was called The Conspiracy. That was about the conspiracy murder on Abraham Lincoln, and it was a movie about Surratt, Mary Surratt, who was the mother of John Surratt, who had the boarding house, who held John Wilkes Booth and those other guys. I can't think of their names right now. Oh crap! I spilled something. Yeah, there was 5 people hung, including Mary Surratt. John Wilkes Booth was killed in a barn, though. He wasn't hung. They shot him and then burned him alive, I believe, right?
There's all different kind of rumors about what happened to him, including some rumors that he was never caught and he lived out his life till old age and he died in Oklahoma at like 80-something years old.
The Blue and the Gray is a Civil War on YouTube. The Blue and Gray. I'll look it up. Hold on. And I'm gonna get going, guys, here in a minute, and I know news gotta get going too. What time is it? 12:52. So at 1 we could end it.
Sounds good.
Okay. I see it. The Blue and Gray. They got all different kinds of seasons. Thank you for that.
Now here's a good movie for you. Out of all my favorite type of war movies, I love the Cold War movies, and this was a really good Cold War movie.
Okay.
It was actually a Disney movie. I want to say it came around 86, 87. It was called The Rescue.
The Rescue?
Yeah. It was about a team of Navy SEALs who got captured by the North Koreans. And the government can't really, say that they were over there. So they're not going to do anything to get their guys back. So the kids of the Navy SEALs go and rescue their parents. It was actually really good.
The Rescue, it was in 1988.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
It was about a Civil War thing, you said? Or,
No,
not a Civil War, but you know what I mean.
Cold War, Navy SEALs.
Yeah, Navy SEALs. Okay, I'll look into that. I put it on my list. You wouldn't believe the movies that are available free on Amazon Prime. I've been really binging Amazon Prime.
I use Prime to catch up on series. I don't really watch movies on it.
Yeah. What kind of series shows are you watching?
I watch mostly British TV. British crime dramas and period dramas are my thing.
Sound like my daughter Sarah.
But I'm catching up on the Stargate shows. That's
Cool.
what I'm watching right now.
Oh, my husband. Oh, I never. I couldn't stand it. I'm not a sci-fi person. I wasn't into Star Trek or not into Star Wars, and that's fine because I got my own thing. I'm watching The Celebrity Apprentice, like I said, right now, and it's funny. John Rich won one time. Joan Rivers won, and now I'm at the end where it's Travis Tritt um, versus who's he against? I can't remember the name. Anyway, yeah, I've been catching up on Celebrity Apprentice, and I'm watching how Trump treats people. Just because he says he's fired, he's not like being racist or saying anything sexual. you know. And it's funny how he was friends with all these people, and then all of a sudden he becomes president. They hate his guts.
I've never watched that. I don't watch that kind of TV.
Stephen Baldwin was a good player, but he ended up getting fired. But he voted for Trump. I believe Travis Tritt voted for him. I'm not positive on that. I know John Rich definitely voted for Trump. They had Tanya Jackson on there, and man, she looked like she had 23 plastic surgeries. I'm telling you. I couldn't help but stop laughing. Hey, Colonel Shaw, good to see you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to be shutting down here in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I have to eat my dinner, and my daughter's still asleep, and I have to wake her up because if she doesn't, I don't want her. She has to eat something, so. And her schedule's all off, mine's all off. So if you don't mind praying for me, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, for my sleep schedule, I really appreciate it. It was all good to see you guys. It's good to see you, Colonel Shaw. I do apologize, but I know Knuz has got to go to work, and I got to feed my kid. My brother is voting for Trump now. Yeah, my sister told me that if it was going to be against Sanders against Trump, she was going to vote Trump. So I don't know. I said, well, what happens if Biden wins? She's like, I really don't know. And I said, Deb, if you don't believe me, let me just mail you some videos. So I put together 2 videos of Biden and all his fumbles and his can't finish a sentence, can't think. Plenty proof enough he's got dementia. So I sent those videos to her. I said, this is the guy you're going to vote for. And this is the possible VP that would be vice president, who would become president, because we all know once that dementia sets in, you have less than a year to live, and he wouldn't live past his first term, so his VP would become president. And I said, do you want that? Do you really, really want that? Because imagine Kamala Harris as president of the United States. Imagine. That's all she's got to do is go to some states with governors like Andrew Cuomo and say, hey, we're going to do martial law. And guess what happens? They come for law-abiding citizens and take their guns away. She said 2 rifles per home and no AR-15s would be allowed. That would be her first order as president.
Who is this?
Kamala Harris.
Oh, fuck that bitch.
Yeah. No, everybody needs to realize, and I need people to wake up who watch this video. I'm not trying to tell you at the end who to vote for because you're going to vote for who you want. But I'm giving you the facts. The Democrats are going to destroy this country. The best thing we have right now is Trump. This will be his last term. We need to think outside the box during Trump's term of who is going to be going for president in 2024. I said Trump can't be president forever. I don't think his son would ever be ready for president. Maybe 2028 he might be, but I don't think he would be ready in 2024. He's too young, and he just doesn't have the enthusiasm, the strength like President Trump has. Do you agree with that, Canoe? Like Don Jr. is not ready?
Well,
we know he's getting ready.
I'll be honest. I don't know much about the guy.
I don't either. I mean, I watch him on Celebrity Apprentice. He seems pretty smart. He's like his father. Trump raised him well. I just don't think he could appeal to the crowd like Trump can. I mean, you've seen Trump at a rally. You know, you got to have that enthusiasm, you know. And I don't know if he's smart enough to be able to handle that position, because we all see how Trump's being treated. Imagine what they're going to do to John Jr. I think he's intelligent enough. I just don't think he's ready. We'll see. I don't know. Time will change. My idea was having Doug Collins from Georgia run with Jim Jordan. But then again, politicians, most of them are corrupt to the core. It would be nice to get another non-politician in there. But the question is who?
All right, folks, it's been fun, but I think it's time to call it a night. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Cheyenne and Colonel Shaw. And who else? Zoombait. Always good seeing you.
Marion was in here earlier. Jack was in here earlier.
Yeah, Huck was in here. And Tow Truck. Wild Bill.
Wild Bill. Good night, guys.
It's been fun.
We'll catch you tomorrow. I should be on. Are you going to hop on for tomorrow for a little bit?
I'll try.
Okay. And I'm sure Wizard will be back, guys, too. So God bless each and every one of you. If you guys are up and I'm up, who knows? Maybe I'll just hop on my channel again. So make sure you check out Pro Life Warrior channel. Let me put that in the link really quick, so you guys know. Sorry about that.
Oh, Cheyenne, I'm Canoes. I change my name on a pretty frequent basis just for the camera.
Yeah, just for the camera. I like how he uses his goat. That's funny. Okay, here is the link. Wow, we got 3 thumbs down. Thank you for your view, whoever you are. You know you're the same person. Enjoy your life while we have a better life. God bless you guys. Bye.